Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For this lesson, I want to show you guys my approach to the song Waymaker. And the purpose of this video is to spark creativity or show you guys how you can switch up some chords even in a song that only has 4 chords or basic progression. So I'll show you guys a video that I posted onto my Instagram about a week ago so that you can have a better idea of what I'm going to teach.
You are here, moving in this place. I worship you, I worship you. You are here, turning lives around. I worship you, I worship you. So I call you waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Yeah, waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are.
So the way that I begin this song or this video that I did an overdub to is playing basic chords, trying to play open voicings throughout the first part of that song. I know we all understand that the song has 4 chords. It's D major, A major, E major, and F sharp minor, which is 4, 1, 5, 6 for those of you who understand the number system. So the way that I begin is playing, like I said, an open type voicing. My right hand is just playing the third of D major, which is F sharp, and my left hand is playing D, its fifth, which is A, and the octave. And then I keep that same voicing and I go to A major. Then I go to E major. And then to F sharp minor. Here the third for F sharp minor would be A because it's a minor chord. Right? So then after this, I switch it up a little bit. Instead of going back to D major, which would be the actual song, I use a substitution for D major, or a substitution for the 4, which would be the 2. In this case, the 2 in the A major scale, like I said before, is B minor. But the voicing that I used for this B minor is this. It's basically a 4-note voicing, trying to keep it consistent with how I started, even though over here I used 5 notes, but I'm still trying to keep it as open as possible. I play B minor like this. Then the next chord would be an A, but I play it with a different voicing and a different figure on my hands. I play like this. This sounds like a F sharp minor, but the way that I approach this chord is I'm thinking about an A major 6. I wanted to give it a different color or a different sound to that one chord, so I made it like this. As you can see, I'm omitting the 5. If I added the 5, it would appear as a A major 6, but I'm just keeping it as open as possible. In this case, it's a A major 6, even though it comes up as a F sharp minor. Then the next chord would be a 5, which is a E major, but I again switch it up, use a substitution. In this case, the substitution is going to be a 3, which is a C sharp with the dominant 7, but again I'm switching up the voicing completely and I play it like this. If you look at this chord right here, what I do is I take this 5, I put it as my bass note. This 3, I use it as my second note on my left hand, and then this B or the dominant 7 I play as an octave. I omit the 1, right? And something that you can see that I'm being consistent with is that I'm basically going down the scale. If you look at the farthest to the left note, I start on B, then I go to A, then I go to A flat, and then now the 6th chord, instead of playing a regular F sharp minor, what I play is this chord right here, which also comes from a minor 6 chord. So it's supposed to represent this F sharp minor 6, but the way that I voice it is like this. I'll omit the C sharp, which is the 5, and I just play like this. And in the video, as you saw, I also included some melody notes, I guess to spice it up a little bit, and the way that I did that was like this. Alright, so now this next part is where the chords that I use switch up completely to what the original song sounds like. Basically, what I'm doing is, we know that the song is in A major, so I think about the song as the relative minor of A. The relative minor of A would be the 6th degree, which is F sharp. So F sharp minor. So now I think of the song as if we are in F sharp minor, and I start thinking about playing the circle of fourths, starting off the 4 of F sharp minor, which would be B minor 7. So I start off like this: B minor 7, then I play a E, which is the 4th of B. So we're going around that circle of fourths. In this case, we play a E7. Again, I'm using voicings that are type open. I'm not playing a B minor 7 like this, right? I'm just playing B minor 7 with 4 notes. And the easy thing about this is that I'm only switching up like 1 or 2 notes on my right hand. I play this B minor 7. Then for this E7, I only moved from A to A flat, and then my left hand obviously goes to E, and it's minor 7th. Then the next chord would be a A, which is the next chord in the circle of fourths. In this case, I also play A major 7. I play like this, and then I do a passing chord in E flat 7 to finally land on D major 7. So and again, you have the option of playing that octave, just playing the first and the 5th, is all up to you. And then I go into the next chord, which is a A flat minor 7 flat 5. I play like this. Then the last chord in that circle would be C sharp 7th. And then the regular thing would be to go back to F sharp minor, but then I switch it up a little bit, again using substitutions with the chords, and I do this. Which is basically a progression used as a passing chord to go back into that progression. So what I did there was play D, and D serves as a substitution for F sharp minor, right? If we're thinking in the scale of A major, this 6, which is F sharp minor, it only has one note that is different when compared to D major, right? If we have D major, the only note that is different is D compared to, if we switch D basically to a C sharp, we get a F sharp minor. So these two notes can be used as, or these two chords can be used as substitutions. So that's why I play from here when we do, when I go on the 3, instead of going back to F sharp minor, I go to a D major 7. Then I do, basically I play around with the circle of fourths again. So I do D major 7th, then I do a G major 9th. This is the voicing that I use. It's basically G, D, and the major 7th. Then over here I use the 9th, the 3rd, the 5th, and the major 7th of G. And then I use this chord, which seems out there, but the easy way to think about this chord, for those of you who understand that progression 5-1-4, I know most of you have heard it before, right? What I do is I think about this first chord, E minor 7. On my right hand, I'm playing a G major. And what I do is just drop it a half step. So I go down to F sharp major. And I stay on A on my left hand. That's the more theoretical way of thinking about it. I guess a better way or easier way to remember is I'm just playing the 6 of A major, which would be F sharp, and I just major it. So I play this chord. So F sharp major, A. So again. And then I go back into that progression. Alright, so what I'll do now is just basically improvise over the song in case I get any new ideas. You can steal it or learn some new chords, alright?